Do you miss Ethiopia?
No, not really. So, how about like dating and everything? How's like your dating life? How you manage that, like traveling and like dating?
So, you gotta be
Focus, man.
All right. So we're back, and this time she's got some
Obviously,
questions.
yes.
Yeah.
So, did you miss like the States?
So do I miss the States?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good question. I can tell you that I miss certain aspects of it, but they're very minimal.
What?
So I know that's complicated. I'm gonna break that down to you. I'm gonna split the atom on that one. So I can tell you that the food I do miss every once in a while. Like the other day, I was on the phone talking to one of my homies back in California, and I heard him. I'm like, yo, where you at? And I hear he's like, hold on a second. And he's talking through the drive-thru. And he's like, yeah, let me get that double animal style. And I'm like, hold up, you at In-N-Out. So if you don't know, In-N-Out is a California hamburger chain that not only can you not find it in other countries, you can't even find it in some parts of America. It's mainly just on the West Coast. So you couldn't find it in New York or something. So like little things like that, I do miss every once in a while when I'm reminded of them, when someone else is having that experience or whatever. But like on a daily basis, I don't really think about the States. It takes something from the outside for me to be like nostalgic, you know what I'm saying? So I might put on a program on television and be like, oh yeah, I was walking down that street, that kind of a thing. But on the daily, I'm blessed to be where I'm at. And right now where I'm at is here on the continent of Africa. And there's just so much to see here that I'm not really looking backwards. Of course, I miss family, I miss friends, and I try to stay in contact with them as much as possible. And a lot of them, they follow my journey, whether on YouTube or through other mediums. And when I can, I try to get them to link up with me in my travels. So if I can coordinate it where, maybe a cousin of mine can come through to Nairobi when I'm in Nairobi, hey, why not? If they can come through to Addis when I'm in Addis, if my mom can drop through when I'm in Morocco, let's do it, So that way I still kind of have that family connection, but at the same time, I'm able to still explore and see new things at the same time.
So, how long has it been since you?
Oh man, you want numbers and stuff.
Yeah.
You're getting complicated. It's been several years since I've been in the States. Yeah, it's been several years.
Oh, sorry.
But you know what? I feel like when I go back, it's gonna feel like another country to me, because it has changed a little bit. Like I'm sure the country has changed a little bit, but I would have changed way more. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna be seeing it with the same eyes I saw when I left. I have completely new eyes. And I think it would even make for really good content because I can reflect and be like, look, I didn't remember it like this, or now I noticed this thing that's not like the last 20 countries that I saw.
Yeah.
Why do we do it like this in the States? That kind of contrast, I think is gonna be interesting when I eventually go back.
Okay. So, I'm gonna ask you like personal question, yeah?
Okay.
Where do you wanna settle?
Repeat?
Settle. Where do you wanna live and settle and live?
Where do I want to settle down? Okay.
Settle down. I have to add down.
Where would I like to settle down at? That's tough. Are you talking about like region or a specific country?
Country.
Country. Oh man. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm trying to figure that out. That's the $1 million question. Where do I want to settle down?
But like, do you have the idea where you wanna
I've got a few ideas, but it's not anything concrete. I can tell you that.
Is it like Africa, one of it?
I think Africa is definitely near the top, and it changes even monthly. Like which country I'm thinking of like as number one can change monthly. I would say if I was to do Europe, it would have to be the southern part of Europe. I have no interest in living in Germany or somewhere like really cold with snow. No interest in that at all. So it would If it was Europe, it would be Southern Europe. If it was Africa, I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want nobody mad. So I can't say if it was Africa, it would be East Africa. I can't say that yet because I'm still exploring. Like, y'all gonna catch me very soon in the southern parts of Africa, central parts. So I don't want to, be too biased right now. So.
Yeah. So what do you what do you give advice for like people who want to visit Africa, right? What kind of items do they have, like,
Okay.
Three items you can say us, or if you have more.
You said
like
3
must
items.
Have, yeah.
Must have. Well, it's 2020, whatever year you're watching this in. I'm not gonna put a number on it, but it's in an era where you gotta have a smartphone, right? So you can't do anything in life without that. You probably can't even check in for your flight without a smartphone. So that's number one. You gotta have a smartphone. I don't know if you team Android, team iPhone, whatever, but you gotta have a smartphone. That's number one. Number two is, let's be honest, you gotta have money, because a lot of people, especially in the States, they assume that Africa is dirt cheap, because I don't even know why. They just have this impression that they see these commercials with little kids and they're like, for $1 a day, you can save a village. So they think $1 is gonna go so far here when it's really not.
Nothing with it.
It is gonna be cheaper than New York, obviously. It's gonna be cheaper than San Francisco, but be realistic about how much you wanna budget, how much money you wanna bring with you when you come to Africa. Like I said, it's very doable, but be realistic is what I'm trying to say as far as budget. And you said a third thing to bring to Africa. So I think I'm going to steal this from someone else I heard say it. I don't remember who it was, but
Far back.
third thing you want to bring to Africa with you is patience. Number one, bring your patience, because things are not going to be like wherever you left. I don't care where you're coming from, Australia, Canada, America, UK. It's not going to be like that. So bring your patience. You're gonna be humbled when you get here, because
Like what?
the processes are different. You gotta adapt to the culture. Not just Rwanda. Every country, they have a different way of doing things. You might have to wait a lot longer to do simple things. That's why I say bring your patience. Just to give you an example.
Yes.
Maybe dealing with cell phones, communication, internet, those kind of things. Although they're usually reliable, they can go out, and you got to be patient for when that happens. And the same with electricity. Now here in Rwanda, I've been blessed. I have not had any situations where the electricity went out. So that's a good thing. But when you travel throughout the continent, this is not the case everywhere. So you've got to bring that patience, that understanding that, okay, I want to be prepared for this. I can have a power bank. I can have something charged. And that way, when that happens, hey, I'm not completely stuck. I can charge up my phone, my devices. I can keep doing some kind of work until it comes back on. So yeah, just having that mindset that I need to be patient. I need to adjust to the culture. The culture's not going to adjust to me. That's what I would bring with me as well. You like that answer?
Very good.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's it.
That's it? Okay.
Yeah, you forgot.
Yeah.
She had a question, but she forgot the question.
Okay, so her sister is off camera and she has a question. So you could pass the mic to her if you need to.
Wait, I need a minute.
Okay.
Okay.
This tea is good, ginger. This is ginger tea right here. Had to throw a little bit of that brown sugar in there,
They have the best in Rwanda. It's
Yeah,
known like
flavor, a lot of flavor.
they export tea highly.
Yeah.
So how about like dating and everything? How's like your dating life? How you manage that, like traveling and like dating?
So you got to be flexible and you've got to be open, number one. So as I stay in different areas for different amounts of times, that's going to affect how I'm going to proceed and how I'm going to connect with people. Obviously, if I'm in a place for just a few days, it's going to be very hard to make a real connection with someone. But I've been in Rwanda for a longer time, about 2 months now. So I've had a chance to, see a little bit more of that side of things and make connections with people and just go from there and grow.
So are you dating here now?
I have met some people since I've been here, just in general.
Nothing serious?
No, nothing serious. No.
We'll find you a Rwandese wife.
I'm open to it. I'm open to it, but you know I'm coming to Ethiopia too, so maybe you can find me an Ethiopian wife.
Yeah, I might. Okay.
Because this will be trip number 3, right? For me to Ethiopia.
Yeah.
So far I think
Will be your third time going.
yeah, in Africa that would be the country that I visited the most.
Yeah. Oh
On
my.
the third time. So
When are you going that? It's your birthday then.
Yeah. When
Yeah.
are you going back?
it's not going to be for a few months to Ethiopia. Possibly.
Possibly.
Yeah, but
You enjoy
could
the
ask-
tea.
it's really good. And I feel like I'm the pick up now. You know, the caffeine. I'm moving.
Yeah, you.
I'm animated
I
now.
can see that.
I told you, I'm very caffeine sensitive. So you could ask me the next country I'm going to if you wanted to.
Okay. What? And the next question after that?
The one following that one?
Yeah. Because I
You
don't
could say
wanna, like-
you could say maybe how do you pick which countries you're going to go to? That would be a good one.
So Jay, which country are you gonna go next?
Okay, so right now we're in Rwanda.
Yeah.
So it just makes sense for me to go to Burundi because Burundi is next door. And I'm curious about it. Not a lot of people go there. From what I hear, it's more or less the same ethnicity, the people, but it's a completely different structure, completely different history. So I'm very curious to see how these two cultures on each side of the border,
Yeah.
you know, the contrast between them.
It's actually you can actually like take a bus there.
Yeah,
You
that's the plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's nice. So how do you like pick the countries that you visit? Like,
So I don't have just one way. It really depends. So if there's a country that I'm in and there's one right next door that I haven't been to that looks interesting, then
so you have planned
obviously I'm
everything.
going to take advantage, right? But then also, for me, I try to avoid the cold. So I look at the seasons
Yeah.
and try to figure out like, okay, I'm not trying to arrive somewhere that's a beach destination in the rainy season, right? That wouldn't make any sense. So I look at those kind of factors. Like if I'm going to be outside a lot, I want it to be somewhere where it's kind of comfortable.
Yeah.
You know, because who wants to go to a beach resort and it's just rainy every day? You know what I'm
So
saying?
which country, which weather do you like from like you know?
So for
afar?
me, I like this weather, honestly. And I know that's like a cop out. Like, oh, he's saying that because he's here. Like, no, honestly.
Rwanda, honestly, have like the perfect weather.
Yeah, it's really good. You don't get a lot of mosquitoes here.
It's
No,
even known for there.
It's
Yeah.
not humid at all.
perfect.
It's very breezy, you know, shady type of weather.
Yeah.
But it's comfortable too.
So
Yeah.
Ethiopia is cold.
Yeah.
Comparing to Rwanda.
And the capital, Addis.
Addis is cold. Yeah.
The nights are cold. Daytime is okay.
It's okay.
You know, you can
but
get some
not-
sun during the day.
changed, though.
What's that?
It's changed. Now
It's getting
like-
colder.
Yeah, it rained like every day. Like
Oh.
heavy rain. It's not just like rain.
The last time you were there, it was a lot of heavy rain.
Yeah, even now there are people are
past
telling
5
me.
months especially.
Yeah, especially
Oh.
this.
Damn.
It didn't stop like raining.
Okay. Yeah, I don't want to go for that season, no.
No, December is good.
Yeah, the first time I went, it was December.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's a great time to go. So I can ask you a question now, give you a break. So, where do you see yourself in 6 months as far as your YouTube journey?
Okay. Our mission is like to reach like to Kagame.
To what?
You know the president.
Ah, really? You want to
Yeah.
get to that executive level?
Yeah.
Okay,
So
awesome.
that's the plan.
Ambition.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's
That
the
motivates
mission.
me.
It should.
Yeah.
That's our
Outstanding.
mission, like to us, like not just him, Africa, like presidents.
Leaders,
Yeah,
okay.
leaders, the leaders. We
Yeah, you
wanna
wanna-
like, interview them. It's
you
not
wanna
gonna be like all serious question and everything's gonna be like fun. Mm-hmm. So yeah,
That's a very worthy goal, you know,
Yeah.
to sit down and have those light-hearted interviews. And it's one of those things that it might sound far-fetched, but you know, stranger things have happened. Like you've
Yeah.
had even U.S. presidential candidates, you know, have sat down on entertainment type platforms on
Yeah.
YouTube and podcasts and stuff like that. And you know, they're going for the highest office possible, like
yeah.
almost in the world. And
That
you know,
is
they're
good.
reaching like the common folk, you know, everyday people who, you know, just have interesting questions and have an audience. So yeah, it's definitely doable. And since you asked me this question, I gotta ask you the same.
What?
Do you miss Ethiopia?
No, not really. I miss my family.
I like the honesty. You miss the family and dog.
Yeah.
Okay. What kind of dog?
Carnicors.
Is that a big
Italian
dog?
Mastiff, yeah.
Oh, okay, Mastiff. Yeah, I know what those are. Yeah, that's a big dog.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
And
see.
I miss the food, of course.
Yeah, those spices, right? Mm-hmm. You guys like those peppers?
Yeah.
The green ones, right?
The green ones and the red ones as well.
Both.
We
Okay.
eat like
Yeah. Okay. So we both said more or less the same thing you asked
Yeah,
me.
you
First,
said- you
the first thing I said was food.
Yeah.
First thing you said was family and food.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are the two things that, yeah, if you could teleport them with you
I
everywhere
swear.
around the planet.
it would be nice.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Somebody needs to get on that. Elon Musk, if you're listening, get that hyperlink going. We want to transport our food and family like in an instant.
swear.
You know, snap your fingers and it happens.
This thing is a life that's better than your love.